press the correct button. There we go.
Okay.
That was on me because there was one time that I accidentally hit the leave meeting button on that screen.
Yeah.
It just disappeared.
Yeah.
We thought you were like, oh man, this is how Eric leaves the show.
I just quit.
Yeah.
This sucks.
No, you know what? I don't want to do this one.
Returning to odd shaped panel, Eric.
Oh yeah, that's coming back. Yeah,
It is. This should be interesting. So, who wants to talk about Monkeybone?
I mean, it's Scott's pick.
Oh yeah. All right, we're doing Monkeybone first. All right, yeah. So, spoiler, we're doing Monkeybone. It's the 2001 Brendan Fraser, Henry Selick directed movie. It's got 19% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's fucking weird. It's a weird ass movie.
Right.
So let's go around and see where everyone came in on this movie. Eric, when did you first see Monkeybone?
I first saw Monkeybone about 12 hours ago.
Has the hangover subsided?
So I got home from work yesterday. I started watching Monkeybone. I got about half an hour in, and then I went over and I started playing D&D with Kim because I play D&D with Kim like on a weekly basis. And I told her like, yeah, we're filming. Spoiler: we're filming a double header right now, so we're going to be doing this, and then immediately after this, we're doing Under Siege 2. And I told her we were doing a double header of Monkeybone and Under Siege 2. She's like, oh, Monkeybone's a terrible movie. I'm like 25 minutes in, and all right.
All right, Zach, what about you? When did you first see Monkeybone?
In 2001. I saw it because it had Brendan Fraser on the cover and was advertised as the guy behind Nightmare Before Christmas. And so I bought it. I watched it. I didn't understand it. And I watched it again. Still didn't understand it. Never watched it again until this review. Hate it though. I was just confused about it. I didn't hate it. I'm just like,
it was just
it's like watching it reminds me of the first time I saw Time Bandits.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck was going on then either.
That's fair. That's a fair comparison.
I didn't know what was going on with Time Bandits either, so I'm just letting you know that, yeah.
And now I love Time Bandits. It just took me years to pull it apart and figure out what the hell's going on.
You know what? Watching Monkeybone made me think. I want to go watch through Pelswick. That's all watching Monkeybone.
I agree.
It made me want to go watch Pelswick.
It's a good show.
I don't think I know Pelswick.
Oh, that's a whole journey.
Yeah, it's interesting. So you see the creator's adult stuff, you'd never believe it.
Yeah.
That the guy made a kid show.
Yeah,
it's like the Invader Zim effect.
Okay.
Except with a bitterness of being in a wheelchair for a long time.
Sure. Yeah, that'll do it. So Mac, when did you first watch Monkeybone?
I remember watching it. I remember when I was little. Bear with me. There was a period in time where you could literally get. We had HBO, and HBO we couldn't get it, so it was like a little static. And yeah, it was those times. So we found a way to fix the static with HBO, and it came. And there it goes, Monkeybone. I'm like, okay, it's a film, all right. When I was a kid, I didn't understand it. And then I watched it on Comedy Central, I think. And then I watched a full movie of it. And I was like, oh, okay. We got it. Then y'all said something about it. And now I'm doing it for the show. And I was like, okay, cool. That was a film. Yep. That was a film.
Yeah, it sure is. I also saw it probably like 2001, 2002. I saw it when it came to video, and I probably watched it a bunch of times when I was young and just didn't understand it at all. I just liked the aesthetic of it, and the idea of Chris Kattan as a corpse was funny.
That was funny.
But yeah, like rewatching it now, I definitely see why it got a lot of bad reviews.
Especially of the time.
Sure, yeah.
Nobody had seen shit like this. Like I can compare this to only 2 other films.
Is one of them Freddy Got Fingered?
No, Drop Dead Fred. Though.
Sure, yeah.
Drop Dead Fred and Beetlejuice are the only 2 films I think you can actually compare it to.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely has a Beetlejuice vibe.
And Drop Dead Fred is reviled by most people, and Beetlejuice is considered a classic, so it's very mixed on how you can pull this off.
Yeah, I mean, I like the design choices, like of everything in the underworld, and like all the creatures are really cool looking, but just like something about the story never really connects. I also don't buy Brendan Fraser as like a Tim Burton-y type writer, you know, or like an animator.
Okay.
Really?
Now, I thought he actually played that pretty well.
Yeah, he did play that pretty well. I thought Brendan Fraser.
No, but he wasn't. The thing is, I didn't think he was Tim Burton type. I thought like late '90s Seattle guy.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Artist. Like you're comparing Tim Burton because of the connection, but without that, if you just think about, does that not sound like a street artist in Seattle in the late '90s?
It does, yeah. But like, I couldn't help but think like, I don't, because they had John Turturro as the voice of Monkeybone. Like, why isn't he just the writer? Also, that was the one thing that I was thinking the whole time watching the movie.
Gotcha.
Maybe they probably just wanted to give Brendan more. Maybe Brendan was the only one who could play. No, maybe Brendan was the only one who could both play Monkeybone and the comic guy, because he had to do both. So it's possible that Turturro couldn't do both.
True. Plus, also Brendan Fraser is like a bigger, audience grab. Like at the time, like he was off the Mummy and he's on.
That's exactly why I picked it up.
Yeah.
All right, so let's. I guess we'll start with best line. So, Eric, what do you think is the best line of Monkeybone?
Eric, I swear to God, if you pick it, I'm gonna choke you through the screen.
I got several, so I'm not even worried.
Pig guts. It's basically pork.
Thank God.
That was pretty great.
Yeah,
that was good. All the stuff with Burger God was pretty funny. When he pulls the pig gut out.
Nothing for him. He's being repressed. It's love that the idea the guy he's consciously having to physically repress his own demented emotions.
Yeah.
And make sure, and not with alcohol either. He's being sober to forget. Mm-hmm. That's the joke. I don't know. I just liked how there's layers to that.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so Mac, what is the best line for you?
We're our doctors. We don't want to hurt you. We just want your organs.
That was on my list as well.
Yeah.
I thought it was on your list.
Scott,
you could have picked any of the Odenkirk lines, the Bob Odenkirk lines, but there was one that was like very specific to me. Like it's when they're going, all the Death's new recruits are coming in, and the one it's like Scott enjoys sunsets and Steven Seagal movies. And considering the double feature that we're doing today, I feel like I had to pick that one.
I also did
Kismet.
I did like his line where he said, "Oh, he's in live." Just pull the lever. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna kill you anyway.
Whoopi Goldberg was an interesting choice of casting for that.
Yeah,
I think it was definitely the correct one too, because I don't think anybody else could have pulled off the kind of death they were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, yeah. It was because it couldn't be like you can't have like a super evil version of it like the way that you have, because Hypno is like the bad guy of the movie.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to have someone who's got that like warmness to her. So Whoopi Goldberg really works.
Okay. Who's next?
I did want to point out. I actually wanted to point out my backup here.
Sure.
All right. So everyone remember her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how I want to say also, I think this movie may have predicted Catgirls being like a thing in the 2000s. Like even more so than before. But it's the scene with her, and I left my phone number in your undies when you get stuck in her. It's just fucking hilarious to me. That's humor. One, you couldn't do nowadays, and two, it gives you the hint of the century of who Monkeybone really is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay. Question: how long did you guys get into the movie, watching it for the first time, before figuring out what was going on with Monkeybone?
I realized literally from the opening animatic.
Oh yeah, this time I immediately, but like when I was younger, I didn't. Like, I probably completely.
So you're saying when we were into the movie?
Yeah, how long before you realized Monkeybone wasn't, the guy who says, are you ready, boss? That kind of stuff. That he wasn't that guy.
Yeah, they opened in the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
So at least I just thought he was an asshole, but not as bad.
Yeah.
It's like a total nuisance boner metaphor.
That's what he was supposed to be. Yeah, that's the way I saw it.
Hey, if a Serbian film taught me anything, it's that you can control your erections.
This is true, but
let's not take lessons from a Serbian film.
I love that Scott's probably the only one who has a fucking clue what I'm talking about.
Well, I know that's what Monkeybone is supposed to be. Yeah, the morning bone. Okay, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. All right.
Okay,
you know who didn't know that Monkeybone was was an allegory for an erection? Monkeybone.
Well, that's the thing. Well, if he is, then he's an impotent erection, and that's why he doesn't have a penis. So maybe that's why he acts the way he does. He's a lifelong impotent erection.
Yes.
That is okay. This movie is actually maybe smarter than all of us at this point.
So at the end of the movie, he's just able to get like a regular sustainable erection.
I mean, Milos was.
All right.
Let's see how far I can push the comparing of those two movies.
All right, let's move on to best scene. All right, so let's start with Zach. Zach, what's the best scene of this movie?
Okay, I'm actually going to say the opening musical sequence with him as Marilyn Monroe was done super, super well and creatively. I just loved it. I'm like, this is the shit. This is why I'm here. It's like the musical parts in a regular. It's like when a musical part starts up in a Tim Burton movie. You're like, this is why I'm here.
Okay. Yeah.
Although
the later musical scene, I don't think is as good.
This is good, but I love the idea that they play with him being animated, and so he blows up his ears and uses them as boobs. I'm like that's interesting. That's something that can only happen in Coma Land.
Yeah,
and that's why I liked it, because it was like only something that could happen there. In a way, Corpse Bride kind of ripped it off.
I've never seen Corpse Bride.
In the land of the dead kind of feeling. It's a much more gothic feel, but it has a lot of similarities.
All right, Mac, what is the best scene for you?
Yeah, sorry, I was thinking in my head. Best scene. Yeah, I just like the scene where they're actually trying to figure out how to wake Stu up. It was interesting. It gave a lot of reasonings. I just liked it. It was interesting. Like they gave like a scientific reason why it wasn't
when
like
they're coming up with the nightmare juice.
Yeah, I like that. It was interesting to me. I like the build up of how they're doing. Like we're trying to get the nightmares so we can wake up. And I was like, yeah, this is interesting. It's not stupid. It's interesting.
I wish they would have explored it a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what I wish they would do too. If they explored a little bit more, but it was something interesting enough that grabbed me. I was like, "This is a good scene." I wish they explored this a little bit more, but they didn't.
It's a little weird that she was calling it nightmare juice.
Yeah,
That doesn't seem very scientific.
but I feel like there was more. They just cut it down for reasons. I feel like there was more. They just
Probably.
yeah. I think they have more on that because
To make this movie, I can only imagine how nonsensical an unedited version would be.
And to talk about movies that clearly had scenes cut out of it, we'll get to Under Siege 2.
Oh,
yeah. All right,
That was
Eric,
whiplash.
Eric, what is your favorite scene or best scene?
The best scene for me was when they stole the exit pass and Whoopi Goldberg's head explodes and the guy goes to get the replacement head and then drops it.
Right.
Okay, that was funny, but I gotta. Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Oh.
All right. For me, my favorite scene was when he wakes up as Chris Kattan on the slab. That whole scene,
That was funny.
just all the stuff with Chris Kattan was great in this movie.
It was.
I am of the opposite opinion. I think that part could have been left out.
Oh man, that's so funny though. All the Odenkirk stuff and the bus. Dude,
No,
I
No,
thought-
that was
I-
like there is great. They were great scenes from a different movie.
Sure, yeah.
Sure, yeah, okay.
It didn't feel like Monkeybone at that point. It felt like a wacky '90s comedy I never saw.
He was
But like when they're hanging from the balloon and all of his organs are popping out.
that was funny as hell, yeah. And the fact that he
Well,
was
it is funny, but it doesn't
how
belong.
to do gymnastics.
Like the real world in Monkeybone is supposed to be like the real world.
He said, "What is this? I got a song."
I mean, they have nightmare juice.
Yeah.
Calling it nightmare juice is a bad idea, but like like what are you talking about? Like that's literally Scarecrow's character is nightmare juice, and we consider that more realistic than this. So
Yeah.
let's be honest here.
Batman deals with all kinds of crazy shit.
I know, right? Yeah.
He does, but I mean like if you think of like the Nolan verse.
Sure.
All right, I have a genuine question for the group here. Which 2001 comedy had a better use of weird afterlife stuff? Was it Monkeybone or was it Down to Earth?
Monkeybone, not even a
Monkeybone
fucking
for sure.
question. Down to Chris Rock should be fucking ashamed.
That movie.
Also, he was in Spiral. He should just be ashamed altogether now.
That was a sorry.
I like
don't-
Down to Earth, but its version of heaven is boring.
It's very
It
boring.
is. It is.
I'm sorry, I got over the comedy of white man saying N-word years ago.
Okay.
But there's a twist.
Because he's actually a black man. Wow.
Never seen that before.
Oh.
No, but then you're implying. Okay, here's the problem with that. It's the problem with soul. You're implying that black people's souls are different than white people's souls.
No, it's just his specific soul. He's like his
No,
physical
I'm
body,
saying,
so
no. But if it's okay because the guy that inside him used to be black, that means if it was a white soul going in there and said it, it would be different. It's really
yeah.
weird.
But in the movie,
Yeah.
he gets his ass kicked. Or something.
Yeah, his movie.
Yeah, he does. He does, but it's the implication is still there.
No, the point of the film was. No, the point of it was he literally thought he was out of his element and he forgot what the color skin he was under. That's the point of the front. And he got his ass whooped. He forgot where he was. So that was the point. I understand that because he was like, "Oh yeah, oh shit, I'm white. I can't say the N word." It was interesting.
Maybe it's forgot from coming from the person who can never say the N word. It's like I don't understand what you're talking about.
No. He did it in a public setting, urban setting. If he said the
Why
N
are we
word
talking
right
about
there,
Down to Earth right now?
yeah, we're not talking.
You brought it up.
I brought it up.
You brought it up, Eric.
I didn't bring it up.
I'm trying to get you to say like you just don't go into an urban neighborhood and just
All right. So we'll just send emails to Renegade Cut. He'll tell us.
All right, next week we're doing Down to Earth.
Fuck you.
Like I'm just saying, speaking as a black person, just don't go in no just a random white man. Just don't go in an urban neighborhood and just start screaming the
Speaking
N-word.
as the person who would get okay, but I'm speaking as the person who would get the shit kicked out of him if he did.
Yes, that's the point. He got his ass whooped.
And I'm saying, like, I don't understand it. You don't understand it from the other side.
It's like Die Hard 3. It's like when he goes into Harlem with the sign.
The only person here who could probably understand would be Scott, who I'm sure has heard horrible, like, anti-Semitic shit without even fucking trying.
I'm not gonna lie, I heard a lot of stuff. I live in South Carolina.
I hear shit too, but they don't say it to you thinking you'll agree. Do they say it to you thinking you'll agree?
Central. Come on. I live in a Bible area. Everybody else is saying that.
What he's saying is like they'll say it to me thinking that I agree, not realizing that I'm Jewish.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, because I look the role.
Some people don't give a fuck. I'm just telling you, nobody gives a fuck down here. You think like people like, oh, they don't give a fuck down here.
Yeah, they didn't really give a fuck about me.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck down here. I'm just letting you know that. You think, oh, they're quiet. Oh, they're
this has been our mid-episode of Down to Earth.
Which we will never watch.
Need to do that movie.
Honestly, I was actually considering having it be my next pick, but I'm like, no.
Now you know what's going to happen if you do.
Yeah.
The next episode of
it's going to devolve.
The next episode of Are We Racist?
What is the worst line of Monkeybone? Let's start with Mac this time.
Hello, babe. Look, I did not like that line coming out his mouth. No offense, I know a lot of people probably love the titular character of Monkeybone, but my problem with him is with him together with Brendan Fraser, it works because Brendan Fraser is the straight man and Monkeybone.
It's like a cartoon person come to life.
Yeah.
It literally is.
So, I didn't like Monkeybone to begin with. I did not like him to begin with. So him having that personality kind of irked me. And when he did that line, I was like, oh Lord. And there's no straight man to stop him. So this is gonna suck. And when he said that, it was all downhill for me for that part. I just didn't like Monkeybone. He didn't jive with me.
That was when he woke up, right? And he saw Julie.
Yeah. It just was like, oh shit. It's like he wasn't even trying to fucking hide it. He was like, oh, come on. At least try.
Well, nobody's hiding anything in this movie. Like his sister clearly wants him dead.
Try to be Stu. Just try to trick her. Because at first she was like, you're definitely not Stu. She was already up on him like, yeah, this is not you.
But he's like
but what are you going to do? She doesn't know what the afterlife shit. What are you going to actually do to get Stu back? And you're technically married to this guy. What can you do about it? Literally nothing.
I don't give a fuck because you like Monkeybone. I don't like the character. It's my opinion.
Well, I don't care if you like Monkeybone. I'm saying it does make sense.
No, I just didn't like it because it was the beginning to end for me. Because that line right there literally started the whole I knew what was going to happen after this.
I really liked. I kind of liked the first half of this movie.
Yeah,
as soon as that's definitely the better half.
I was like, oh shit. It was interesting the first half, but once he said that, I was like, end already. That's what I felt like. So yeah,
it's a weird thing to like add right. Like at like the halfway point of the movie. Mm-hmm. Like it feels like either it should have been introduced earlier or the whole movie should have just been that first half.
Yeah.
It's like 2/3 of the way through Last Action Hero where it becomes a different movie.
Yeah.
It's similar. Yeah, it's very similar to that actually.
Yeah.
Where it should have picked one lane and it didn't.
Like that part was like, we're gonna.
I'm planning on reading the comic this is based off to see if that's an issue with that, because it might just be a source material problem.
Wait, this is based on a comic?
Yeah, they got a comic.
I had no idea.
Me neither.
Monkeybone is a comic book movie, everyone.
Wow.
All right.
But the 2000s and 90s are littered with comic book movies nobody wants to remember. it's kind of amazing.
Ghost World was good.
Ghost World is good, despite the fact that everything tells you it should be bad.
Yeah.
Really weird. Could never do my favorite of his, though, Death Ray, because he literally gets his powers from smoking. So couldn't do that these days.
All right, who's next, Scott?
No, Eric, what's the worst line of this movie?
Worst line in this movie. I had it and then I lost it. It was it's just anything the sister says. The sister was
Yeah.
Oh, she is. To me, she's perfect because I want her to die instead. Which tells me somebody did a good job. You know?
She's
it's
truly
like,
awful from the first second.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's been 3 months, so I gave the order. like no discussion. She just gave the order.
And she's like saying that while like smoking out a window
Yeah.
in the hospital.
Just an awful person. Just
Yeah.
a genuinely awful person.
Okay, I figured out what happened. The original pretty much stops as they encounter death, and it was supposed to be a miniseries, and it was never finished.
Ah.
Okay.
No,
So they literally had to like the second half is literally them.
They literally had to make it up.
Yeah.
Then they did a pretty good job. But if you had no ending, it's
Hey,
not
man,
bad.
I like all the Chris Kattan stuff, but like you said, it does feel.
I like the Dave Foley stuff more. I'm going to be honest, because I'm a Kids in the
where
Hall
he's with the
fan.
mask.
Take off your clothes!
That's how they end the movie.
I love it. I love it.
Zach, what is the worst line for you?
This is going to be really benign because I had a hard time for coming up with words for this because, spoiler alert, I like this movie a lot. Listen to You, Xena Warrior Princess was a really, really bad line coming out of Monkeybone. Just not good. Like, he fires off one-liners so much, not all of them are a hit.
Sure, yeah.
You know?
All right, mine. I mean, I have two. First one is "Be right back after I choke my monkey," and the other
It's
one
choke your
is,
chicken.
Huh?
It's choke your chicken.
Yeah, choke my monkey. That's not a saying.
That's not. That's what it was called, Chucky's Chicken in Rocco.
Right. Yeah. And the second line I had was when they're hanging off the balloon and they're going back and forth and they're like, "Did you sleep with my girl? Sleep with her? We did the whole Kama Sutra twice."
Oh yeah, that was what my line was. That was it.
Okay, I'm glad we got it in there.
I'm like, I had to come up with something. I was like, just anything the sister said. I was like, no, that was the line. That's right. Thank you.
Yeah. That was a really bad line, and it's just like there wasn't even any need for it. They're already like popping organs out. It's already like doing the comedy on its own.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to worst scene then.
No, another diversion. Which had the better balloon chase scene? Was it this movie or Rat Race? Another movie that came out in 2001.
It's Rat Race. Yeah, it's 100% Rat Race.
Nobody asks.
Nobody asks. It's Rat Race. Especially with the cow.
Oh yeah, that was. God, I have to rewatch Rat Race.
Yeah.
Eric, what is the worst scene?
Wasn't a fan of the prison break scene. just
Oh,
like like
I was trying to think like prison break scene.
Yeah, it's like
I actually really, really like that because it shows that nobody there is clean. The whole underground there is made of psychos. I like that.
Yeah,
I love all of the people in the prison. That was fun.
Yeah, the fact that it was like Stephen King, Jack the Ripper, Attila the Hun. It's like,
and that it implies that like Cujo has been writing every Stephen King book since he got in that car accident.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's great.
Applies a lot.
The actual breakout, it's pretty lame.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's like I think it would have been better if that whole group got broken out. That's like the only thing that would have made it better. It's like if you had Stephen King and Attila the Hun and Jack the Ripper.
My question is, why are they keeping them alive?
Having to keep Stephen King alive makes sense, and Stephen King is still alive. Don't know why Attila the Hun is still and Jack the Ripper.
That's what I mean. It's not like
Allan Poe, yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. A lot of, like, Edgar Allan Poe, it's like, I would have hated to be the person sent up after him because he died broke, worthless, and drunk and in a cemetery. Jesus.
So is the implication there that the Raven was writing all of his books?
Yes.
No.
No.
It's the Raven specifically.
No. The whole thing about that is that they were all in the same situation that Stu was in, where their figments took over their bodies.
Right.
So
who's Jack the Ripper's figment?
Probably just a fucking murderer. I think Jack the Ripper was probably just a regular dude. I don't know why he introduced himself as Jack the Ripper, other than
well, other than the fact nobody knows who he is.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think Attila the Hun's figment, Attila the Hun's figment was just a horny bastard.
Give me a sec.
All right.
All right. So Mac, what is the worst scene?
Okay, hold on. Let me look at my notes real quick. Let's see.
What am I looking at here?
Oh, that's my doodle of Monkeybone as I was watching the movie. Yeah.
I don't know what you're looking at, Mac, but people say I'm creepy. So
I'm reading something. That was my doodle when I was watching the film. It's Death putting it's to me. I agree with Scott. Death dropping like the head of Death was funny. I admit it's just when they put Death's head back on and then the CGI effect of her mouth, like I didn't like.
All I could think is we didn't get an amazing screw-on head cartoon, and that pisses me off.
I felt I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. I was like,
no, I agree. That was not the best. That could have been used in a different movie better.
Yeah, it could have been better. I saw that. I just couldn't get my eyes. I was like, oh no, don't do that again. Yeah, I'm bad. Yeah, that was
I still can't believe Whoopi took shots at South Park though. That's amazing to me.
That's going South Park was probably like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do this.
And then South Park ran for another 20 seasons after that.
And it's now become everything it made fun of. Like, people keep trying to tell me it's subversive. I'm like, it's the casual norm now. What are you talking about? That's why Rick and Morty was so unique when it came out. Because it saw what South Park was doing and said, fuck you. Just like when South Park came out, saw what the Simpsons were doing and said, fuck you. This is how this works. You're old. You're the old standard now. Get used to it.
And the Simpsons is still on and owned by Disney.
Of course it is.
All right. So, Zach, what is your worst scene from this movie?
This is going to be the pettiest thing in the world. The Reaper on a bicycle looks fucking stupid.
It really does.
Sorry,
I thought that was very funny though when he's like, "Sorry, mate, off duty."
Yeah,
that part
but it's like we're supposed to have some sort of fear, and all the fear was dead. None.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
they're kind of like taking the piss out of the whole idea of the Reapers, especially when you have like the new recruits.
What's his name? Or part of the Pee Wee movie?
Which movie?
Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, what? Henry Selick?
Because that's Elfman and Burton.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to figure out if he did it to take shots at them. As a joke, because Tim Burton did Pee Wee's Big Adventure, and it's a flying bicycle. That's what he's looking for. This flying bicycle.
Sure. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I could see that.
Just a little underhanded thing.
Also, the Reapers are not very hardy in this movie because all it takes is to just
They just
their
pull the
cloak
thing
off and they're
yeah.
just
Pull the cloak
gone.
off and it's over.
There's just a puff of smoke that disappears. The first time it happened, it was pretty funny.
Oh, I
It was
laughed.
like, that's good to know.
That's
But
good
then,
to
like,
know.
they keep doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it loses its
'Cause-
steam a bit.
because once you do it once, it's like, yeah, you could just easily take care of these guys.
Yeah, they're not a threat.
Yeah.
All right. My worst scene from this movie was Stu singing "Brick House."
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that was bad. That
Okay,
was
there is exactly one time singing Brick House to Your Lady works, and that is in that episode of George Lopez.
bad. Yeah, that was bad.
I will say I don't think a single episode of George Lopez has survived its era either.
Oh God, no. God no.
I mean, it's better than Mind of Mencia, but that's everything did. Everything on Earth survived better than Mind of Mencia.
Mind of
At
Mencia
least George Lopez didn't steal jokes, as far as we know.
Yeah. Mind of Mencia wasn't good to start with, so
You think Carlos Mencia could have been Joe Rogan? I feel like
Joe
he could've.
Rogan like called him out back in the day.
But I don't
He went
trust
on
Joe
stage
Rogan
and called
anymore, do
Carlos
you?
Mencia out for stealing jokes.
Yeah, who trusts him now? It's really confusing. I mean, I'm sorry if you hang around with Alex Jones, your credibility dips, man. You
We were
know,
touching on some touchy topics in this Monkeybone episode.
Look,
yeah.
Look, my Thanksgiving was weird and stoned and alcoholic and all the fun shit in the world. And I came up with a movie as I told Juvok Defense idea, and like it's been a weird couple of days in my brain.
All right. Let's let's move on to the titular question. Eric, is Monkeybone rotten?
That's a difficult question. It's a real difficult question because like the first half of this movie was pretty entertaining. It was pretty unique, and then it ended with a kind of generic body swap story. And yeah, it's just like the entire time I'm just like, I don't want to watch Brendan Fraser be Monkeybone. I'd rather watch Brendan Fraser be Stu Miley. So it's like it's hard. I'm just gonna give it a 60. I'm just gonna give it a 60.
That's fair. All right. Zach, is Monkeybone rotten?
No. It's very misunderstood. There is a lot of levels going on here that I think people missed at the time.
That I will absolutely agree with.
Mm-hmm.
That like a part of it is how much follow your dreams is bullshit. He literally followed his dream into a coma that took him over and tried to fuck his girlfriend. And a monkey. See?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like that's just like that's something you couldn't say back in the day. To tell people, be like, oh no, you're just being negative. No, this movie's right. Do not follow your dreams in a way that's unhealthy.
And that's also part of the reason why it's like this movie is like, honestly, this guy's kind of like the creator of Calvin and Hobbes.
Mm-hmm.
like how he didn't want his shit merchandised at all. It's like it reminded me a lot of him.
Mm-hmm.
And
But like
then they just merchandise the crap out of it anyway.
I do think we skate past on whether he's also a mental patient that was taken advantage of by his physicians.
no, it was just a sleep study thing.
Yeah, but I mean, that's how they met, got together, and she's the one who suggests him switching hands and stuff like that. I'm just saying, there's like I said, the more you think about this movie, the more layers there are of what these relationships are, because everything's representation of another thing.
It's true. I just wish they had explored it a little bit more instead of devolving into like typical body switch,
No, I agree.
the body switch comedy. You know. Yeah,
I
like the ending, but I agree. This movie should have gone in a different direction.
Yeah, I don't think I'd call body swap exactly, because Monkeybone never had a body.
Sure. Yeah.
Possession. Like, this is The Exorcist, except insane. Oh, why isn't the director of The Exorcist? Why weren't they in the jail? Because that would have been fascinating. Little call out there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I knew this is what they're doing all the time. That's why I made the movie.
Did you give it a percentage? You said
no. I'm giving it 75.
75. Okay. Mac, is Monkeybone rotten?
Sadly, yes. I was gonna give it a 60, just like Eric, but like I said, unlike him, I'm gonna be a little bit harsher. The twin, it was a 60, but I'm sorry, I can't forgive the second half of that film. Half of the stuff, I feel like this has the ingredients of being a good film. It just needed more time to cook in my way. Like it needed more time for them to cook it. So I had to give it a 40. It just loses the second half. First half is just literally 60% for me. It's really fresh, but 20% has to go with the failure of the second half. So I got to give it a 40. And that's fair. That's fair for me, because I like it. I don't hate it. I just feel like that second half really bugged me a little bit, 20%.
All right, Scott. Is Monkeybone rotten?
No, I don't think it's rotten. I agree with Zach. I think there is more to it. I also agree that the second half loses a lot of steam. It needs some work. Yeah, it needed. Like, if there were source material there, maybe it would have had like a clearer idea of what it wanted to be. But like, there's just too many cool ideas in this for me to say that it's rotten. So I'm going to give it, in the spirit of Monkeybone, a 69.
Nice.
Which I think I've done for like the last two movies.
Yeah.
All right.
Or no, not Wild Hogs. Wild Hogs I gave like a 2.
Wild Hogs, you gave a middle finger to and walked away.
Hogs, I was so.
I will say this is way better than Wild Hogs.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Without question.
Yeah,
Without question. I think Wild Hogs is the one movie that was rated low, and then we ultimately rated it lower.
Yeah. We're like, no, the critics got it wrong. It's even worse than they say.
All right. I have a pitch. I have a pitch for Monkeybone 2.
Okay.
Let's
All right. So the pitch for Monkeybone 2, set present day, after, years of, continuing to write the Monkeybone comic strips. It's like the cartoon, it ran for a bit, got like a couple seasons, became like a real nostalgia cult classic sort of thing, but not the huge franchise that the Figment Monkeybone wanted it to be, but it's comfortable enough that Stu got to. It reached exactly the amount that he wanted it to reach. However, it is now 2021 in the world of NFTs. And
God damn it!
Through random happenstance.
I'm the one that does the bleak political commentary on this station. God damn it!
Through random happenstance, a monkey NFT looks suspiciously like Monkeybone, and the Figment Monkeybone escapes from Stu's head and then becomes that NFT. And now Monkeybone is loose on the internet. And it's up to Stu to try to find a way to to centralize NFTs so that he can contain Monkeybone.
Fuck you, Eric.
Oh man, that's awesome.
It's so good. It's
All
so
right.
good. It's like that. I'm like, I got 25 minutes into the movie. I'm like, that is the perfect pitch. I don't care what the rest of this movie is.
Like, I'm so mad that I didn't think of that.
I am embarrassed. I didn't think of that.
It's so good.
But don't
It is
worry.
so-
So fucking good.
You got a title?
No, it's just Monkeybone 2.
Can I suggest Monkey Boned, but with a W?
Monkeybone?
Yeah, like you own the NFT.
Yes.
All right.
Uh,
All right. Can I go?
I gotta think. Publishers will say never forget the bone.
All right. I'll go ahead and go.
Go, man.
Go.
Mac,
All
what's
right.
your pitch?
My pitch. First of all, I think it ain't gonna be hard at all. I'm gonna need
Monkeybone's not gonna be hard.
no, it's not gonna definitely gonna be hard. I'm gonna need Tim Burton.
That's a metaphor.
I need Tim Burton's permission on this, and I need him to be executive producer on this for reasons.
Oh, you're doing a crossover?
Yes, I am. All right, so
You're making him possess the ventriloquist dummy. I already thought of it.
no. Okay, so
Okay, because that's where my brain went.
no, my brain's going different. So Michael Keaton is just going about his day, just going about his day, enjoying his life, and everybody keeps talking.
The
to him.
actor Michael Keaton?
The actor Michael Keaton.
Okay.
Everybody is pissed. Everybody keep asking him, and and Tim Burton will star in this too. And they keep interviewing both of them because him and Tim are good friends, and they keep asking him about fucking Beetlejuice 2. And they're like, "We're not doing Beetlejuice 2. We're not doing it, damn it." And he's like, "Tim, I'm sick and tired of people fucking asking me about doing Beetlejuice 2. I'm done. I'm old."
all right. I need to stop this real quick. Can I say no? They'll do Beetlejuice 2, but it's actually Alex Brightman as Beetlejuice.
There we go. I'll do that. We'll do that. But he wants to do Beetlejuice. Okay, he wants to do it, but they don't want him to do it again. He want to do it, but they don't want to. There's something wrong to where Michael Keaton can't do it.
Mhm.
So Michael Keaton, all of a sudden gets in an accident. I don't know what kind of accident. Y'all can dig up the accident. He gets in
Our accident where he becomes a snowman?
no. Damn it, this is good stuff.
This
It
is
is
Jack
just
Frost.
Jack Frost. It is just Jack Frost.
And honestly, when I think Jack Frost, I don't think of that Jack
We
Frost.
know I'm not talking about Jack Frost. Anyway,
All the elements are there.
All the
yeah,
elements
it
are
is,
there.
It is, but
I mean, does he have a harmonica?
no, hell no. Anyway, he gets sent to Coma Land, and they immediately do something different. Instead of his personality of Monkeybone, it's a beetle. It's a big ass beetle, and he literally looks at it like, and it just Michael. It's gonna be voiced by Michael Keaton because I gotta have it. I really wanted to be voiced by Danny DeVito for some odd reason, but I just feel like it got to be voiced by Michael Keaton. And
Once again, just have it be voiced by Alex Brightman. He's such a good Beetlejuice.
Is that the guy who does? That's the guy who does the musical, right?
Yeah.
He's also on Hell of a Boss doing a guy Frizzaroli on there. Really good.
So, in all honesty, it's basically the same film as Monkeybone, but what it is just he takes over his body and he just becomes a real live Beetlejuice. He just goes around dressed up like Beetlejuice. He's acting like Beetlejuice. He puts on the makeup. He goes around.
One question.
Huh?
Does he go Hawaiian?
That's after the credits.
It's a tease for the next movie.
Yeah, exactly. So we can't tease no movie. That's something. So it teases when we finally get Beetlejuice 2. So that's my film. I want to make I'm making a meta Beetlejuice film, and I want to do this, and it's so fun. It's so interesting. I will call this
Meta Beetlejuice film within the Monkeybone universe.
There we go.
All right. Is Brendan Fraser in this movie at all?
Yeah, he's gonna be basically like they're dry, like for example, him
And this must be a hallucination by the Doom Patrol because that keeps happening next year.
no.
And
Here's my
Batman
deal.
shows up
Like
too.
they're gonna do a big chase scene, and I really want a dead body. Look, I'm having him in this. Danny DeVito gonna be in this film, damn it. I'm putting him as a dead corpse.
What if he is the voice of like a CGI penguin?
What if he's the human version of Monkeybone?
I like that idea too.
That works.
Yeah, that
That works more than I thought it would.
gotta have to make this film. Oh yeah. I just need a dead body. You can put a rant. I don't know who you want as a dead body, but them fighting on a they're fighting on the road in a car and they're beating each other up, and they drive by and just happen to have Brendan Fraser and Jane Fonda. You know, they're just driving.
Jane
and then
Fonda.
Huh? Bridget Fonda.
Jane Fonda?
Bridget Fonda.
Bridget.
Yeah, Bridget Fonda. They're driving and they stop and it's like, oh shit, you saw that? Yeah. They almost got in the wreck again. So that's the cameo. I want this. I don't care what you say. This is fun. I want to see this.
I'd rather see Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian.
Yeah, but we're gonna get Beetlejuice from Hawaiian. I'm just trying.
I don't know why Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian just sounds like the name of a demented porno somewhere.
I don't know. But anyway,
It really does.
I really. You're telling me, Scott, you don't want to see meta Beetlejuice?
No.
Not really. I don't know that we need more Beetlejuice.
Unless it's like Tim Burton and somebody else actually doing it.
I put Tim Burton in the
Or they release a DVD version of the musical.
No. I'm putting Tim Burton in the film. He's going to executive produce this.
Who's Pim Burton?
Tim Burton. Sorry. It's Mike.
Mike.
This is my mic. My mic was going. Anyway.
All right, Zach, what is your pitch?
Okay. This is going to be Monkeybone going through time. But backwards specifically. Monkeybone starts to realize that his relevancy in the world is waning, in the outside world. So what he decides to do is find a way to go through time backwards, because the coma world is not really bound by time. Like, they don't know how long they've even been in there and shit. So he starts going back and inserting himself in famous and infamous paintings and shit. And Stu gets called as a claim for that he broke copyright law. And then he starts looking back. So as they're hunting back, start going back and figuring out, here he is in like some 1950s racist cartoon. Here he is in like the fucking Egypt and shit.
He's in
and so he directed it, motherfucker.
Directed Song of the Seventies.
You can believe it.
Yeah.
But that he decides that way he will live forever and last longer than Stu's lifetime. He's there. He's now everywhere forever. Mm-hmm. But he starts going so far, nobody cares about him anymore. Again, because he's oversaturated. So he has to make an agreement with Stu that Stu destroys enough of the stuff he changed that it will go back to balancing itself out. So Monkeybone still has to live. So does Stu. Because and the way I'm thinking about it is Monkeybone is still trapped in Stu's head. So they're communicating. And what happens is Monkeybone, Stu just slips and falls. Gets knocked out for a second. Monkeybone jumps ship through time. That's the idea. And I don't know. This could be a better video game the more I think about it, honestly. If you do it in the cartoon style,
I would play a Monkeybone video game. That would be pretty.
That'd be great. It's like the idea of Monkeybone becoming obsessed with being immortal. Because that's the kind of guy who does. Like Bender did. It's that kind of same kind of vibes there of this person thinks they should be immortal.
Yeah, I get that from Monkeybone. All right. I don't have much of a pitch. My pitch is essentially like nightmare juice gets out into the public and it just like overtakes the world and it unleashes like a blending, like a bleeding of the nightmare coma world into our world, and it becomes just this Mad Maxian hellscape. And now Stu and Monkeybone are like a Ash versus the Evil Dead style like hunters who have to go and just take down the monsters.
The amount of movies you've just combined is kind of impressive.
Yeah, right.
So I'm like, you combined a little bit of Dune in there, a little bit of What If Scarecrow Took Over the World, you know, a little bit of what's that movie that we did with Kim? Fuck, the really good John Carpenter one.
Oh, Mouth of Madness.
Mouth of Madness. There's some of that in there.
Yeah, there's definitely.
Yeah, that was.
I just watched that actually recently.
That is one that I slept through.
I love that movie.
Well, I'm gonna call it's called Planet of the Monkeybone.
That was fun.
Yeah, all right. I mean, I think that's it, right? Does anybody else have anything else to say about Monkeybone?
Yeah.
No?
No. It was a movie.
I'd like to see Henry Selick do more movies.
Yeah.
But at the same time, would he burn himself out and not be as special? That's always the fucking problem.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, that's what happened to Tim Burton. Like his cohort is literally the best test case.
Yeah. Well, I guess
he's making the little.
right?
I didn't know this, but he's making the Little Nightmares TV show.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I'll watch that.
I'll give it a shot. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So are you gonna stop and then restart the recording, or?
Nah, I'm just gonna keep going.
Well, we should do plugs on this one, right?
Yeah,
Because we're gonna have to do plugs on both, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's go around. Eric, what do you got to plug?
As always, you could find me on Twitter at BunkBunker. I'm probably making my glorious return to Gamer Grudge for Series X because I said I'd come back for the 10th season. Yay!
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
All right, Zach, you got anything to plug?
Just been streaming mostly politics, but I'm also doing. I'm also been playing. What is it? I'm Not a Monster, which seems to be a satiric kind of RPG game that I like. I can't figure out the plot yet because I thought I was in a monster, like a pastiche like of a 1950s monster movie. You know, I'm fighting the guys. Guess what? It was literally a pastiche film of a 1950s monster movie. Like all of a sudden the lights go up and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then I go to a bar where I'm actually in space already. So this is the future and they're making films like they did in the 50s. I don't understand this. He gets really drunk then. And that's all I've gotten so far. I'm really confused.
Sounds good.
It's hilarious though.
Okay, Mac.
Yeah. I'm Mac. Please follow me at Tampa Belt Fan 88. Like I said, Season X is on the way. We are also working on some pre-tape content, which is coming out. We already got one part of it filmed. I am not going to tell you the outcome of that one until everybody else knows, but it's pretty fun. These guys are going to be in it, including me. So this is going to be fun. So hopefully we'll see. That's it for me. Scott, you got any plugs?
It's what you guys said. Same thing. I'll be on Gamer Grudge, and you can find me at Chewbacca Defense on Twitter.
And you can go steal his Ecto 1 while you're at it. Sorry, I just noticed it back there, and I'm like, I want that.
Yeah, I got that. I got the Batmobile. Got a couple others.
Have you seen the Transforming Ecto?
What's up?
There's Transformers Ecto 1.
No, it's a Lego.
Oh.
All right. I think that's it for this one. Right, Mac?
Yeah. Sorry about the interruption. That was my dealer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, this is it.
Like I'm gonna lie to you about that. Really? Really? What do I have left in my life to not? Like, I don't exactly keep my problems hidden. That's not even a problem, really. That was more just letting me know that it's going to be this afternoon. And I bought myself a steamroller, and that should be fun.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.